Namaste. Welcome to Wise Owl Career Guide. Today we're gonna talk about what are your options if you decide to take, CA as your mode of studies, or you decide to do mathematics and then get into MBA in finance. Now, when we talk about finance as a career, there is no company, there is no business that can function without finance. What you decide to do in terms of finance as a stream is something that you will not know, might not know right from when you get into these courses. Whenever you decide to take up a course, please understand one thing, that no course or any kind of studies that you do ever goes for a waste. You might start your career in finance and move into maybe marketing or something else, right? In the past, we've had interviews of three people who started their career as a practicing CA and slowly found what is it that they enjoy doing in terms of finance. If you see the interview of Mr. Gyanesh, Ms. Harmeet, or Mr. Vaidyanathan, you will see that they started their careers as CAs and slowly found what their niche, what their liking was. When we talk about careers in finance, the most popular ones that you will find online, or the suggestions that you will get, would be either get into CA and become a practicing CA with your own practice or some firm, or you do MBA in finance and get into corporate, maybe in the finance department, or in a mutual funds or a brokerage firm. But the fact is, as a finance graduate, when I say graduate, it could be just BSc, graduation in maths, or in, a CA or MBA in finance. The fact is that you have a lot more options than just two or three profiles. In today's date, none of the corporates can function without a finance person with a good knowledge in finance in any of the departments, be it HR, be it the finance department, be it marketing, or even sales. You need people who understand data, who can, make sense out of the huge amount of data that is available. So that is the role of a business analyst. And that person, if he or she has a finance background, is obviously much more preferred by the companies. You talk about marketing, the amount of data that they're getting in terms of analysis that they need to do. What are the customer likings? What are the dislikes? What kind of costing? What kind of budgets? It's all job of somebody who has a good firm knowledge in finance. So you can take up auditing, you can take up budgeting, you can even work with various mutual funds and brokerage firms and insurance companies as a financial advisor, because you're good at numbers. So if you're thinking of a career in finance, or wondering whether you should get into this stream or not, think of a few things. One is, do you enjoy numbers? Do you like playing with numbers, seeing the various kinds of things, the knowledge it can give you by just tweaking it a little bit in terms of how you present those numbers? Because having certain numbers is not, really what helps. Is understanding what those numbers mean is what, the companies need in today's date. And if you're pursuing any kind of course in finance, be it CA, be it MBA in finance, be it, a specialization in mathematics, I would suggest get into a data course as well, because artificial intelligence and how it can help you create and make sense of those numbers is something which is gaining importance day by day, as Ms. Harmeet had mentioned, that today just knowing your basics and the normal course information knowledge that you get is not going to be enough if you're looking for a good placement right out of your campus. So, yes, with your finance degree, you need to have knowledge about various kinds of softwares, and don't get troubled by the fact whether I should do this particular programming language or that one, because there is no right or wrong answer when it comes to these things, because each company has a different kind of a requirement and is looking for people in different softwares. So whichever software you decide to start with, the important point is that you start with the software. So along with your graduation, any of the professional courses that you've joined, I would highly recommend that you get into artificial intelligence and various kind of data intelligence softwares as well. Pick up any one, because once you worked on one particular software, you will get a basic understanding. Then you can enhance your knowledge once you get a job, once you start working. But yes, today, as a finance professional, you need to have that extra knowledge to get that edge. I hope this helps. In case you have any questions, do write to us in the comments below, and I would recommend very strongly that you watch the 3 videos that I mentioned of Mr. Vaidyanathan, Ms. Harmeet, and Mr. Gyanesh. Also, we had an interview with Mr. Neeraj Kakkar. He is somebody who started with, marketing in a IT firm, and then he realized that he enjoys numbers more than the marketing bit of it, and he got into mutual funds and financial planning. So, your career transition, your role switching will happen as you find your footing, as you find what you like. The important part is that you gain your knowledge, you understand what are the courses that will complement your current course, and go for them and start working. Even if it's as an intern somewhere, if you can manage along with your studies, it is highly recommended, because then you get an exposure into what the corporate world is, what actually entails, the difference between the theory that you're learning and the practical aspects of it. I hope you've got some learning out of this. If you did, do comment below, and also do like, share, and subscribe the channel. Thank you.